Hey everyone, my name is Katy and I own Explore Healing Food and Movement, and I'm honored to be here at Juniper's Apartments, where we're so fortunate to be filming our recipes today for Mack's Food Studios, part of Mackenthun's Fine Foods and Cove's Wines and Spirits. So let's get started, come on. All right, so let's start assembling our autumn harvest board. We have some pre-roasted sweet potatoes with rosemary and thyme that I just made ahead. I had some on hand. You could do this with any vegetable. Say you had carrots or parsnips or butternut squash. All would be fantastic options. They just add a really beautiful pop of color and a little extra flavor to the cheese or to the fruit or whatever you're doing your accompaniments with. All right, so we're just gonna be doing some really simple slicing with our fruit so that we can make fun patterns on our wooden board. A lot of people would disagree with me, but I personally really like to square off my fruit. I find that the straight edge really helps me to make straight edges when I'm trying to slice things. Plus, you can save the core and make apple tea, eat it like a horse, you know, you can do whatever with it. So the slice that we're doing today, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. You want to almost go as thin as you can, but not quite, and I'll show you why in a second. So because we're dealing with a fruit, you always want to go through your fruit with the butt of your knife first so that you can pierce through the skin and not bruise your fruit. So we're just gliding it back just like that. If you can get all of your fruit to stay standing up, that's always the ideal, but if you can't, no worries, just make a little bit of a pile beside your knife. And the end piece, if you don't get it to be super flexy and if it just breaks, just eat it. This is about what we're going for though. So we cut our apples about 1/8 of an inch thick, and all we're gonna do is be spreading it out and slightly shaping it onto our board so we can put fun things inside of the apples. So after you get your apples kind of positioned how you want to on your board, we're gonna fan it out and make it nice and straight. Then you can start adding fun things in, like your sweet potatoes along the ridge. And we're just gonna use this as our starting point to start to fill in the board with fun things. All right, so we just tackled the apples and we kind of organically placed the sweet potatoes around them. So now we're gonna cut the pear a little bit differently. We're gonna do a cut called julienne. And the julienne cut is a very flexible cut. It's very easy to put it different places, which is why we're using it today. So if you've never made a cheese board before and you're just looking for something simple or a simple methodology to start your board journey, this is a good one for you. All you're gonna do is start by slicing it just like how we did with the apples. Just very thinly, looking for that 1/8 of an inch thickness. And then as soon as you have your pear cut, you're just gonna lay it on its side so that you have everything kind of open facing. And then from here, you're gonna pinch up, so your thumb is gonna go on one side of the pear, pointer finger on the other side, and you're just gonna hold it down as you cut 1/8 of an inch again. And it's just gonna give you a few smaller pieces that are flexible, but also very easy to place. So we can start placing them kind of in our sweet potatoes, like that. And we're gonna just go around the sweet potatoes and put a layer of pear in now. All right, so we just put a few little areas of pear on the board. Now we're gonna do a layer between cheddar cheese and pear. So we're just gonna be laying the pear on top of the cheddar and making a nice, long, weird, curved line out of it. So again, we're just wanting to cut it fairly thin. Usually I love to cube my cheddar, But in this case, because we already have the sweet potato on, that's kind of a similar color to the cheddar, I wanted to go with a different shape than just cubed. So layering it should make it real pretty. All right, so next we're gonna do some fun things with the brie. Because we have this beautiful little center portion that doesn't have anything filling it right now, we're gonna actually cut the top part of the brie off so that we have smaller triangles to work. And then we're gonna start to cut it kind of like a pizza. We want the slices to kind of be angled so that they still come to a point. If you're using double cream brie, it can be a little bit stickier. So wetting your blade, if you're cutting it with a chef's knife, is very helpful. We're gonna start to layer the cheese and curve it. Brie holds shape fairly well, so you can make kind of fun shapes with it and get them to stick. Awesome, let's put our brie, our weird brie shape, onto the board. One of my favorite things about creating boards is kind of just figuring out how all of the puzzle pieces really do fit. And sometimes you get it the first try and it looks absolutely beautiful, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay too. So I actually really dig that. We're gonna add a few more sweet potatoes right in the center so that it fills in that gap a little bit more. And then we're just gonna rearrange the pears so that they're placed over the top, so that we kind of have a little bit more of like a layering effect happening. All right, now all we have to do is fill in with crackers. All right, so here's our board all completed. I did not give this 2 thoughts before making it, and that's the beautiful part about boards. You can grab your favorite fruits, your favorite vegetables, you can grab crackers and weird things that you don't know what to do with, fun condiments that you've always wanted to try, and kind of just put it on a board in a creative way and just play around with it. Nobody gets a board to look exactly like anybody else's board, and that's the beautiful part about creating these during the fall. It's a fun family activity, and it's a fun thing to just do by yourself and then eat. All right, so we get to eat our fall harvest board and our beautiful beet hummus that we made. And to accompany this, we are going to be having the Apples and Vines apple cider. Well, it's an apple wine, but it's 80% apples and 20% grapes. So if you're an apple fan, you need to try this. And you can get it from Cove Winery and Spirits right next to the Minnetrista Mackenthun's. Yep, that's gonna hit the spot with us. Okay, let's dig in. Big bite. Oh my gosh. You need to make a board this fall. So satisfying. Enjoy, friends.